All right, as you can see, the Gilmer Buckeyes are coming out of the tunnel over on the northeast side of the field. And the Buckeye cheerleaders getting the banner ready, and I can't make it out. Something about season. Well, I'm not. What? Season of Champions 2004. Thank you, Troy. Man, I'll tell you what, it helps to have somebody with good eyesight up here with us, doesn't it, Russ?
You can always borrow these if you want to, binoculars.
Might do that. See what the Snyder jerseys look like.
Jasper.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm determined to get Snyder in this game. I'm determined to. Maybe because it was such a convincing victory over Snyder, I'd like to play them again. But it'll be interesting to see what the Jasper jerseys look like. And here come the Buckeyes as they will walk up to the banner. And here they burst through. And your man Willie Darden leading the charge down the field, Russ. As I was coming back up from the pregame interviews, there was a lady in the time clock and scoreboard keeper's box, which is right by the exit to come up here. And I heard her asking somebody in the scoreboard and time clock room. She said, how do you make a mascot out of a Buckeye? I know what one is, but how do you make a mascot out of it? And the guy in the scoreboard booth said, you just get this big round thing and stick it on top of somebody's head. And that's pretty much what we have.
Yeah, one time I read a story about they go to mascot school, and I think it's at the SFA campus.
Really?
Cheerleader camp.
Yeah.
And one of the other mascots asked the Buckeyes, what are y'all, the Fighting M&Ms?
That's pretty good. Well, you know what? That would not be too far off the mark, because the Buckeye Black Flag defense, as well as the offense, has pretty much mangled and mutilated everybody they faced.
That's a good comeback.
Well, I'm telling you, as you know, I've done broadcasts beginning all the way back to 1975 when KHYM radio was still in Gilmer. And I've been put on the spot so many times, unexpectedly in some cases. You got to be ready to come back with something or you're in deep trouble. Of course, I don't know whether my experience in radio helped that or my experience in the sales business. I've been doing this for a living, the sales job, for about 30 years. Lord, I hate to think about it now. In fact, I was talking to my dad and mom shortly before we left to go uptown to pick you up a while ago, and Troy, Russ, and my dad looked at me out of nowhere and he said, you know, you sure are getting awful gray.
Yeah, your dad looks pretty young.
Well, he told me, he said, you got more gray hair than I've got, and he was right. That's what's really bad. I told him that's what the last 2 years of stress as a marketing manager for Olin Mills had done to me. Well, I hear the dogs barking downstairs. And speaking of which, the Jasper Bulldogs, just like the Snyder Tigers last week, Russ, apparently trying to play the intimidation game. Let's just hope it works as well for Jasper as it did for Snyder. The Gilmer Buckeyes already ready, standing over there with the captains ready to come out onto the field for the coin toss. And we don't even see anything that resembles a Jasper Bulldog yet.
Still fans arriving on both home and visitor sides.
Well, there are some Jasper fans on the very front row down here between the 40 and 50-yard line who have no shirts on. Yeah. They have painted themselves more red than maroon, but they have spelled out touchdown. The only problem, the way they've spelled it out, everybody reads it backwards.
Yeah.
Well, I say everybody. Everybody on this side. I did notice. Everything. There we go. I guess I bumped the volume. Okay. I was just going to say that I did notice that those Bulldog fans, it reads right if you're looking across from the Gilmer side. So maybe they're trying to send a message to Gilmer.
Check out the Gilmer fans already pouring out on the grass over here. Still quite a few Gilmer fans have already taken to the grass seating.
I was fixing to say, you better clarify that one quickly.
Yeah.
Well, and they're still coming in over there, Russ. Some standing by the fence, but give Jasper credit, they have done the same thing. And now the Jasper fans, seeing one of their coaching staff finally emerge toward the dog pound, start cheering. One of the officials is coming out, and now here comes the Jasper football team with him. And I think even I can read those numerals. What is it almost that every team that has maroon in high school is Bulldogs?
I don't know. We've already played one J Bulldog this year.
Yes, we have. Oh, excuse me. That was not the dog pound, according to
house.
It's the dog house. Well, let's hope we put them right back in it when this thing is over tonight. Put them in their little pet cage and send them south.
Doesn't get any bigger than this in Texas high school football.
No, sir, it does not. And by the way, speaking of that, the last score we had heard, the Kilgore Bulldogs were ahead 10-6 at the half, and we got to watch the tail end up in the press box of the, I say we, you weren't in there at that time, and here comes the Jasper Bulldogs. But as I was saying, I got to watch with Rebel Jackson, some other former Buckeyes, the end of the South Lake Carroll Smithson Valley game. Yeah, they got our fight song.
What are the odds of that? The two teams playing for the state championship having the same fight song.
That's interesting. Well, you know what I say the odds are? That's what happens when you get two tradition-rich teams. Okay, for the Jasper Bulldogs, the captains will be number 7, Edric Bronson, number 11, DeKendrick Gilter, number 22, Derek Bean, and number 2, Jordan Patton. For the Gilmer Buckeyes, it will be number 2, Kevin Hollis, number 3, Daniel Dodd, number 6, Chaz Kuakahi, and number 7, Manuel Johnson. The Gilmer Buckeyes have won the toss of the coin and said, we want to cram it down your throat first. You can just feel the tension in here, Russ. You could, as the old saying is, the electricity is so thick you could slice it with a knife. And now, I am assuming the Jasper Band is going to play our national anthem since they're...
Ladies and gentlemen, today's color guard is being conducted by the Gilmer High School award-winning Air Force Junior ROTC.
Well, again, our Air Force Junior ROTC will be bringing the flags out to midfield, and just as soon as we get ready for the national anthem, we'll pull the plug and use our camera mic to pick up the national anthem. And again, I am assuming since Jasper is the home team, they will be playing our national anthem. And the Buckeye Band, Majorettes and Stars drill team, still down on the field as they will stay and stand at attention from there and then head back up into the stands after the national anthem. And the color guard has the colors posted at midfield. And now, the Jasper Band to play our national anthem.
The Jasper High School Band under the direction of Rusty Lane.
Well, there you have our national anthem. Russ, we've about gotten every preliminary out of the way. About the only thing that's left is to kick off what we came here to see.
Well, I'd love to see it start the way it did last week.
Oh, yeah.
I believe Jeremy Skinner ran a kick back to about 57 yards, as I recall.
Yeah, he did for a fact, and set the Buckeyes up for the first points of the game, that Cabrera field goal. The kicker for the Jasper Bulldogs will be number 36, Alex Paget. He is a 5'9", 160-pound senior. Well, you know what? I say that because that's what I was given here, but that does not look like number 36 to me. That's standing down there. It has a 2 on it. So we may have been had, Russ. Number 22, Derek Bean, and he was not listed as the kicker. And this roster is as of Thursday morning. So don't know if their regular kicker was hurt or if just a change from what we had been given. Here's the kick. It'll be taken at the 14-yard line. That is Terrence Lovely. He's across the 30 up to the 33. First and 10 Buckeyes from there, and Russ, a very good return to start the Buckeyes out here.
Yeah, it's kind of a squib kick, so it only went down to about the 20.
Just underway, 11:53 left here in the first quarter. Buckeyes getting ready to go on offense for the first time this evening after winning the coin toss and electing to receive. And number 5 of the Bulldogs, Sean Weatherspoon, urging the Jasper fans to make some noise, and they do. First and 10, the Buckeyes will send 3 receivers, triplets to the left side. Now in motion goes J.T. Tennyson. He'll get the handoff, cuts it up, and gets to the 34-yard line for a gain of 1. That's it, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that's linebacker Sean Witherspoon, who I believe you said was exhorting the crowd, made that tackle.
Well, there's no doubt this is a very, very talented Jasper team. They've got speed. You heard Coach Traylor say, very fast speed out to the corners. Buckeyes will again put 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Lovely in the backfield to block for Johnson. Manuel dropping straight back to pass, has Tay Bowser open, then comes back to the short man. That's complete. And out of bounds at the 43-yard line to none other than Willie Darden. First and 10 Buckeyes on the Jasper end of the field. Beautiful pass by Johnson.
Yeah, number 6 tried to cover him, but that was James Adams, but Darden made the play on the ball, and excellent catch.
And they mark him actually out of bounds at the 42 rather than the 43. First and 10 Buckeyes. This is what you wanted to see. The Buckeyes get the ball and just cram it down their throats for an early score here. High snap. Manuel controls it. Handoff Lovely. 35, 30, 25, 20. Still on his feet. 15, 14-yard line. First and goal, Buckeyes.
He's carrying that ball like a state champion.
Yes, sir. Well, I told Philip I hope he didn't jinx us, but I did agree with him that I felt like this was a team of destiny. And the Buckeyes have only run off 1 minute and 3 seconds, Russ, and they've already gone from the 33-yard line down to the Jasper 14. Johnson this time will go with 5 receivers. He'll be by himself in the backfield. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Now J.T. Tennyson comes in motion, so we'll have 4 receivers to the right side. Manuel throws a little hitch pass to Hollis. 10 and down at the 10. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. This is where, as we know, though, Russ, it does get tough to throw the ball when you get inside about the 15-yard line in this offense because you can't spread the field as much as you'd like to. Bowser will come wide to the left side. Darden slot left. Tennyson slot right. Hollis wide right. Lovely in the backfield. Manuel looking, has his man complete to Lovely at the 10, 5, down to the 3-yard line. First and goal, Buckeyes. Buckeyes really making a statement here, Russ. And now here comes Dodd and Kuakahi in. We've seen them a number of times this season come in offensively, and they do again here on 1st and goal from the 3. Manuel checks the play. He'll have Lovely and Skinner both in the backfield. Not real often have we seen that this year. Handoff to Lovely, and he's in for the score. And Russ, in 2 minutes and 11 seconds, the Gilmer Buckeyes just cram it down the throat of the Jasper Bulldogs, and it was almost like they didn't have a defense out there.
Looks like he went over David Snow. Looks like Kuakahi out there helping block. Great blocking on the right side of that line.
Absolutely. That makes the score of the Gilmer Buckeyes 6, the Jasper Bulldogs 0, and the Buckeyes will have Cabrera out of the hold of Johnson to attempt the point after. Here's the snap, good placement, good kick, and our score, the Gilmer Buckeyes 7, the Jasper Bulldogs 0. We'll take a quick timeout.
Office is your hometown community partner, providing service to Upshur and the surrounding areas. The success of the local network over the years has made it possible to bring the most advanced technology to our area. E-Tex now brings the same friendly hometown service to Gilmer. Internet access and long-distance service is now available to everyone in Gilmer. E-Tex looks forward to providing your telecommunications needs. Call our office at 903-797-2711 and ask a friendly customer service representative how E-Tex can serve your telecommunications needs. E-Tex, your local hometown partner, backs the Buckeyes.
I just realized, Russ, we never did give you a chance to eat. I'm sorry about that. I'll let you snack in between here. We want to thank the folks here at Stephen F. Austin. Had some chicken salad, some tuna, I think, and some pimento cheese sandwiches along with some chips and dips. And I love Mexican food, but as I call that green stuff, I'm not big into the yucamole.
Oh, man, that's great. Good for you, too. Avocados are really good health food.
I'm big enough.
I don't think about health food.
I'm big enough without the extra fat in the avocados. My favorite thing Mexican that is good for you, too, is jalapeno peppers.
They're great, too. Buckeyes offense is as hot as jalapenos right now.
No, Buckeyes offense is as hot as habaneros right now.
Yeah, they are.
All right, Cabrera will kick it away. It will be number 11, DeKendrick Gilder, to receive for the Jasper Bulldogs. The short men will be number 7 on the far side, Edric Bronson, and number 2 on this side, Jordan Patton, who is, of course, one of their running backs. And the Buckeyes are going against the wind here in this quarter. Little squib kick taken at the 16-yard line by number 7, and he is in trouble and dropped 3 yards, Russ, behind where he fielded the ball as he tried to make a reverse spin, thinking he'd had a wall set up for him on this right side.
And that was Justin Johnson, only a freshman, but he's really started to come on that special teams coverage.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was just a great, great job by the Buckeyes. Honestly, Russ, probably one of the best downfield coverages we've seen all season. And the quarterback for the Jasper Bulldogs is not Gilbert Moy. How interesting is this?
They alternate. I've heard they snap to several different players.
Well, Edric Bronson, number 7, and then the handoff goes to number 2, and he is met, gain of a couple of yards to the 15 is Jordan Patton, 2nd and 8 for the Jasper Bulldogs.
Tackled by Chaz Kuakari along with help from Hollis.
And you're right, boy, Buckeye fans are all on that grass over there. Of course, we've got Jasper fans lining the fence down here too, so I think the Buckeyes have a few more fans here than Jasper, but Jasper got a house full as well. A whole lot more folks here, Russ, than we had when we played here 2 weeks ago. Pitch back again, going to number 7, a gain of a yard to the 16 is Edric Bronson, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 7.
Tackled by Dodd, and the interesting thing is that Gilbert Moy's not even in the game.
No, he's not. He is suited up down here. Who knows? You know, you were talking when we were coming down, Russ, about him being a sophomore and wondering how he could stand the strain and pressure as a sophomore as a starting quarterback, and maybe the coaching staff decided he couldn't. Now it's number 2 taking the snap. He rolls out to pass, throws it way downfield, has a man open, but it's overthrown. As almost intercepted. I said overthrown. Actually a pretty good throw, almost intercepted, intended for number 11, DeKendrick Gilder at the Buckeye 40.
That was Jules Johnson who was all over him and almost made an interception.
Well, 3 and out for the Buckeye Black Flag defense, Russ. If you're a Buckeye fan, thanks a lot. Wayne Sellers, the Kilgore Bulldogs have brought the 2nd state championship to East Texas, 33-27, Russ, in double overtime, Wayne said. Don't you know that was an exciting game? And troops starting in about 49 minutes from now. Here's the punt by number 13, Jeremy Horton, and fair catch made by Manuel Johnson at the 48-yard line of the Jasper Bulldogs. So congratulations to the Kilgore Bulldogs, and as Buckeye fans, Russ, we will say, 1 Bulldogs won a state title, that's enough.
Point blank range for this kind of offense, 48-yard line of Jasper.
Oh, yeah. 8:22 still left in the first quarter. And this time we'll have trips to the right side, single receiver to the left. That single receiver will be Hollis to the left side. Lovely in the backfield to block. Threatening blitz for the Bulldogs. Buckeyes pick it up well. Here's the pass, incomplete, intended for Darden. But did you see the hit that Darden put on what would have been one of the would-be defenders? He became almost, Russ, a defender when he saw the Jasper defender coming toward him and just laid the wood on him. 2nd and 10 following the incompletion. All right, this time we'll have 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Lovely over on the left side of the formation. Here's the pass, and that one was not quite what the Buckeyes had hoped for, as it loses 3 yards and brings up 3rd and 13. It was complete to Tay Bowser. I don't think I ever remember this season, Russ, seeing the Buckeyes throw a pass to Bowser that close to the line of scrimmage.
Number 21 and 22 both made good plays on that, Hunt and Bean.
All right, Bowser will be wide right, Darden slot right, and it will be J.T. Tennyson slot left, Hollis wide left. 3rd and 13. Manuel looking, running into trouble, and he just throws it away. So whatever the Bulldogs did defensively, Russ, they made some adjustments that made it impossible for the Buckeyes to do anything that time, just as you would expect a team in the state finals to do. Make adjustments on the fly, so to speak, as the game's going on. So Johnson will punt it away to number 10, Ryan Malone. He'll stand at the Jasper 15-yard line.
Ryan Malone takes the receiver on board.
The Buckeyes had that ball 51 seconds, and they were short a man. Terrence Lovely comes in now as a blocking back for Manuel. Good snap, not much of a rush. Beautiful kick, and it's going to bounce. And the Buckeyes are going to, oh, no, they're not going to get it, I'm afraid. That's probably going to be a touchback.
It looks to me like they gave it to him at the half-yard line.
Yes, the half-yard line.
Boy, you gave up way too quick on that.
Well, I thought that the first Buckeye to touch it was going to slide into the end zone the way he fell, but he did not. Great job.
That was Skinner, and no, there was never any doubt. That was down at the inside the 1.
I was afraid his hand was going to go over the line, knowing they were going to say it was.
Don't ever question the officials' calls. How many times have I told you that?
Well, they officially mark it down at the 1-yard line, and Manuel Johnson could not have gotten off a better punt. I am sure that Ryan Malone wishes now he'd have tried, and they bobble the snap. It is Moy in. He goes up the middle to the 2. 2nd and 8.
Tackled by Roderick McKnight, and yeah, he did seem a little nervous on that play.
Yeah. Well, he nearly lost the ball.
That's what I'm saying.
Snapped.
Yeah.
And it is Moy in now, and again, you see a formation Not dissimilar to what you've seen the Buckeyes run at times this season. And they do the same thing. Fake the snap and then look back over to the sideline just like the Buckeyes do. And they give it a direct snap instead to number 2, Jordan Patton. And he is in trouble and will be buried. He does manage to pick up a couple of yards or so up to about the 5. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
You don't want to run laterally when you're near the goal line.
No.
But he did manage to squirt through for about 4 more yards than I thought he would get.
Actually, they mark him out at the 6, so it's 3rd and 5. 6:19 and counting left here in the first quarter. Buckeyes already up 7-0. And don't you know they would love to pin the Bulldogs down here and force them to punt. They're one play away from having 3 and out twice in a row here. And the snap is a direct snap again to number 7. Then an option pitch, and what a hit. Lost back to the 3.
Jules Johnson.
Oh, the Buckeyes are saying we got the football, but what's the official saying? Nope.
Jules Johnson made that major league hit, though.
Well, they do a lot of direct snaps. They had 3 men in the backfield. That time it was direct snap to number 7, Edric Bronson.
Yeah, you're going to have to really watch closely, Elwin, or you're going to be calling them wrong all day long.
All right, number 13, Jeremy Horton will stand 8 yards deep in the end zone. Manuel Johnson will stand at the 35 of Jasper. Buckeyes send everybody. They don't get there. And Manuel lets the punt go. Wisely gets away from it, and it will roll dead at the 45-yard line. We'll take a quick timeout.
Gilmer National Bank proudly invites you to stop by their location at 900 North Wood Street in Gilmer today. You'll love the easy access into and out of the bank on Highway 271. Gilmer National features an international ATM machine that accepts all ATM and credit cards. You can also take advantage of their 24-hour telebank service that allows you to make numerous transactions by phone 24 hours a day. And check out their online internet banking site at www.gnbgilmer.com. Stop by today and you'll say, Gilmer National, that's my bank.
Well, the quarterback draw by Johnson nets a yard to the 44. 2nd down and 9. And obviously, Russ, you don't get to the state championship game if you can't scout and plan defensive schemes well. And the adjustments that the Bulldogs have made obviously show why they're in this game. Buckeyes looked like it was just going to be a bowl-over show in that first possession. 2nd and about 8.5, actually. Johnson dropping back. He wants to go with a screen, and immediately they say incomplete pass. It was complete to Skinner, and he was absolutely blasted.
Jasper crowd really liked that hit.
Well, that was a big league hit. There's no doubt about it.
Jasper won the game last week by a goal line stand on the one. I mean, Liberty Hill was coming back fast and furious, but Jasper had a goal line stand to preserve the victory.
Right.
So I guess they are more known for defense.
All right, you'd love to see the Buckeyes keep this going here. 3rd and 8.5. Jasper threatening a blitz. Quarterback draw again. Johnson will have the first down and more, and he slides down at the 32, 1st and 10 Buckeyes. And that's what the Buckeyes wanted to have happen, Russ. Now that's going to soften up that Jasper defense a little bit, and they can't afford to play as close to the line of scrimmage as they had been the previous plays there.
And Manuel Johnson knows how big this game is, so he did that little hook slide rather than try to pick up the extra yardage. It's a very smart move.
Very wise. All right, 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes. Bowser and Darden to the left side. Lovely in the backfield. Lovely no, he fakes it to Lovely. Looking, has his man. That's Bowser, and he can't get to the football at the 10. 2nd and 10 on the incompletion.
Jasper dodged a bullet there because Bowser was open.
Yeah. Well, if you look on the south end of the field, that wind is blowing almost due north to south.
That also helped that Jasper punt a while ago.
Yeah, I was fixing to say it helped the Jasper punt, and I'm sure Manuel knows that he's got to put a little bit more on it, and that time just and at times I did notice when I was down on the field in pregame, the wind would actually stop for a moment or two, and that may have been what happened then. Almost kind of like it dies and then swirls back. All right, 2nd and 10 from the 32. Here's the pitch back down to the 26-yard line. Goes Curtis Brown. That'll bring up a 3rd and 4. And you got to feel like, Russ, right now, you know, should the Buckeyes not pick up the first down here, you can't think about a field goal, so you're definitely in 4-down territory. You just love to see the Buckeyes find a way to punch this thing in and jump out in front by 14, because a running team like Jasper would make it really tough for them. Here comes everybody again. Manuel looks, has his man open, and it's complete to Darden at the 5-yard line, 1st and goal.
Boy, the pass protection was just tremendous that time, because Jasper had a stunt coming.
Yes, they did.
And it was picked up with precision.
3:23. This has been a fast first quarter. And Russ, up to this point, Jasper has run 6 offensive plays. They've had the ball twice, 3 and out both times. This is absolutely a game controlled by the Gilmer Buckeyes up to this point. Johnson comes up to the line of scrimmage, yells to his receivers. Wouldn't be surprised to see the draw here. And it is the quarterback draw. And Manuel will be down to the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, number 34 saw that coming. That was Jalen Clodio, I believe is what, one of those Cajuns, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you would absolutely love to see the Buckeyes be able to punch this thing in and take a 14-point lead. That would totally take Jasper out of their game plan, I would think. Even though we're not out of the first quarter yet. Here's Johnson looking, has his man, and there should be pass interference, and there is. The defender against Tay Bowser held him up and wouldn't let him free, or Tay would have been there for that one. 1st and goal.
Tay Bowser, there's a flag in the end zone.
You better believe there's a flag in the end zone. Defensive pass interference. And the official will turn his microphone on. That is, he said spot foul, 1st and goal. So if that's the case, the Buckeyes are going to get it on the 1. I was thinking in high school ball it was half the distance and it would go to the 2, 1st and goal. And that is the case. Half the distance, 1st and goal from the 2. 1st and goal from the 2 for the Buckeyes. 2:41 and counting left here in the first quarter. Handoff, touchdown Buckeyes. Skinner wasn't even touched, Russ, until he was into the end zone.
Can't say enough about the offensive line so far.
No, I'm telling you. 13-0 our score, and this could turn into a blowout just like everybody thought it might, Russ.
Mostly Gilmer fans.
Yeah.
But yes, it could be a blowout.
Cabrera to attempt a point after. Jasper probably doesn't have a clue what's hit him.
It's been par for the course in the playoffs.
It has. Snap, placement, kick, and our score, the Gilmer Buckeyes 14, the Jasper Bulldogs 0. We'll take another quick timeout with 2:38 left here in the first quarter.
Oh my gosh, the kids are in the highway again. The darn dogs are in the neighbor's trash again. The cows are in the neighbor's barn again. Please call Lee Tillman Fence and Construction. He specializes in chain link, farm, wood privacy fences, and wood decks. Also, he has a 30-year warranty, residential or commercial, serving all East Texas, fully insured since 1979 with over 25 years experience. You know you're getting the best price in town. Free estimates, financing available. That's Lee Tillman Fence and Construction, Gilmer, Texas, 903-734-5325. Give him a call today.
Well, I must say, Russ, I would much rather be on this end of a 14-0 lead than on the other end.
Jasper has not looked sharp offensively, but part of that is the Gilmer defense.
I was going to say, it's the black flag defense. I have no doubt about it. Well, I had said I thought Jasper would score some points. I'd predicted the Buckeyes by 14. I know Philip thought the Buckeyes by 4 touchdowns, and right now it looks like he looks like the genius and I look like the dummy. I got to mention this. I got tickled to death when I was getting ready to interview Coach Danny Love over on the near sideline in that pregame interview. Just as we were about ready to start the interview, some of the Jasper fans in the stands yelled out to him and said, "Coach, don't say anything stupid." As if they thought he would before a state championship game.
And anytime you open your mouth, there's a chance of that.
Yes, there is. I'm living proof. Cabrera to kick it away once again to number 11, DeKendrick Gilder. And it'll be taken by the short man at the 16 once again. That's going to be number 7, Edric Bronson. And Bronson out across the 30 to the 32, 1st and 10 Jasper from there with 2:32 left in the first quarter of play. Buckeyes lead it 14-0 here in this Class 3A Division II state championship game from Homer Bryce Stadium in Nacogdoches, home of the Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks.
Wes Wynn made the tackle on that for the Buckeyes.
You know, that almost sounds like, and nothing to Wes's name, that almost sounds like a Bugs Bunny thing. Wes Wynn, Bucks. You know?
Never would have thought of that, but yeah, you're right.
Okay. I used to love Bugs Bunny. What can I say? Moy is the quarterback. Motion prior to the snap, and the officials catch it. That'll cost Jasper 5, 1st and 15. As the back over on the left side jumped at least a half a second prior to the snap count. And you know, Russ, I don't want to jinx this thing by making this statement, but I think it's got to be said. The playoffs this year have absolutely been the best officiating I can recall ever watching in high school playoffs. These guys, for the most part, every one of these playoff games have done just a fantastic job of staying on top of things. All right, 1st and 15 from the 27. Moy brings him up, and he does get the snap, dropping back to pass. They know they got to throw it now. Number 11, the intended receiver, can't hold on to the ball at the 40. And it was DeKendrick Gilder. And honestly, Russ, he probably should have made that catch.
Oh, man, that would have been a miraculous catch, though, if he had made it. There's no reason to...
No, I'm saying with him getting the positioning.
But still, the way he got the position to begin with was almost a miracle. I don't know how he did it.
It was a fantastic move to get in that position.
I mean, most people couldn't have got in that position. But yeah,
he did the hard part.
He did the hard part and didn't get the football.
Didn't do the easy part. All right, 2nd down and 15. So you see they can throw the football. Hand off to number 2. He goes to the outside, has some room, and that closes quick across the 35 at the 36 for Jordan Patton.
J.T. Tennyson on the tackle.
And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. No, 3rd and 6, excuse me, from the 36. They've got to get to the 42.
And they still don't have a 1st down, I don't think.
No, they don't. This is their 3rd possession, and the first 2 have been 3 and out. Gilder comes wide to the right side. They'll have a wide and slot left receiver. Here's a direct snap to number 7. Goes on the option pitch, and that is going to be a 1st down and more as Jasper managed to come up with the right play at the right time that time, Russ. And it's pitched back to Moy, and he is down to the Buckeye 33-yard line.
Daniel Dodd finally ran him down, but yeah, he was he the quarterback or not?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, he was the quarterback,
it wasn't snapped
but it was a direct snap to Edric Bronson.
Yeah. But
and
he got
Bronson
the pitch.
mid the option pitch to him.
You really got to pay attention in this game.
Yeah, you do.
Because they've got 3 players back there they can snap the ball to.
Yes, they do. Well, Jasper trying to climb right back in it here. They get the big play. Here's a handoff, and that goes to number 7, Jordan Patton. He's still on his feet and down to the 15-yard line, 16-yard line. Nope, they will put it on the 15, 1st and 10 Jasper.
Michael Horton, Daniel Dodd both in on the stop. Yeah, I see what they mean about it being a fast-moving, big play offense, even though they don't pass much.
Yep. Well, that was just, you can't fault the Buckeye Black Flag defense for that big play. That was just absolutely a brilliant play call for the direct snap to Bronson and then the handoff. And here goes Patton again. He gets ahead of steam down to the 10-yard line, gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Tackled by Kuakai. The brilliant play on that one 2 plays ago was the pitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, the option pitch.
Number 7 really made it possible.
Yes, he did, as Edric Bronson knew just the perfect time to pitch. And the thing about it, the Buckeyes were playing to run toward the other side of the field, and he had tons of blockers over here to the right side. All right, 2nd and 5 from the 10. They've got to go to the 5. Moy, quarterback draw, and he is down inside the 5. 1st and goal, Jasper. And Jasper, Russ, is whatever they figured out, they have put a drive together just like the Buckeyes' 2 drives were. Just when it looked like the Buckeyes had them down and about ready to fold. But this game, I said coming in, I thought Russ would be a lot like the Tatum game. And it has pretty much started out like that game did and now turning kind of like that one did. Quarterback draw by Moy, and he'll be dragged down at the 2. 2nd and goal from the 2.
Good job stopping it up in there. Dominic Buchanan. Looks like Chaz Kuakai getting off a stack, and also we got McKnight down there.
Timeout called. Oh,
into the first quarter.
Okay, we'll take a quick timeout with them.
Dallas Chevrolet Old was established in 1966 and continues to be a family-owned and operated company. We take great pride in supporting the Gilmer Buckeyes and our community. Drop by anytime and let Richard, Jay, or Roy buy you a cup of coffee or show you a new Chevrolet or Oldsmobile. We've got a full line of Chevrolets for you to choose from Malibus to minivans, Suburbans, trucks, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, you name it, we've got it. But you may like what we don't have. We don't have high-pressure sales. We treat each and every customer the way we ourselves would like to be treated. Plus, bring in any advertised price, and we'll do our best to beat it. You can also visit us online at Gazelle.com. Gazelle Chevrolet Oldsmobile, proudly supporting Gilmer and the Gilmer High Buckeyes.
All right, as we begin the second quarter, Buckeyes lead it 14-0, but the Bulldogs threatening. 2nd and goal from the Buckeye 2. And you know, Russ, what we need right here, right now, is the Black Flag defense to create a turnover. Pretty much everybody in tight except number 11 will be wide to the left side to Kendrick Gilbert. Moy in the backfield with Patton and Bronson. Motion. That should cost the Jasper Bulldogs 5. And it does.
So now we've got a night game.
Yes, we do.
First quarter was the only part of the day game.
That'll move the ball back to the 7. And Coach Danny Love wants to know who it was that moved. The Jasper fans booing. But there definitely was movement. The Buckeyes were inching up toward the line of scrimmage over on that left defensive side, Russ. And I think what happened, one of the offensive linemen over on that right side saw the Buckeyes inching up and just flinched. So now it's 2nd and goal from the 7. Buckeyes shifting defensively. Moy barking out the signals and turns around to get the play from Coach Danny Love. And again, it's Bronson and Patton in the backfield. He'll go on the quarterback draw, will Bronson, or Moy rather, and he gets just short of the 5. It'll be 3rd and goal from that point.
Chaz Kuakai, along with Dominic Buchanan, Daniel Dodd in there. Good job stopping up that middle.
Man, if the Buckeyes could hold them here, that would be a huge momentum swing after Jasper running down the field.
I don't know what kind of kicker Jasper has even.
Well, I don't know that they would
Oh, yeah, they would.
Yeah, I guess in a state championship game you got to, probably. You got to have a little riverboat gambler in you when you get to this point, though. All right, 3rd and goal from the 5. Faking the handoff is Moy. He's in trouble and buried and fumbles the ball. It's a free ball. Buckeyes have it at the 22. Man.
Daniel Dodge sacked him up, and it looked like he was trying to get rid of the ball, and he did, but unfortunately it was ruled a fumble, and that was Mario Venters that came up with it.
I don't think the arm ever went forward. The officials are discussing just that.
It would have been intentional grounding at best.
The officials are discussing just that. They may move this thing back.
Down, 4th down.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
you were absolutely right.
I guess it's because he's outside the pocket that it's not intentional grounding.
Well,
they
first ruled it a fumble.
No, but I'm saying it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If it's ruled a fumble, why isn't it our ball?
Well, I think that the officials said just what you said. They thought his arm had started forward.
Well, that's a pass.
And that's right. So therefore, incomplete pass. Well, you're right.
It doesn't make much sense.
No, it doesn't. I guess they said a fumble, and the Buckeyes didn't recover then.
Well, it's about where it would be after an intentional grounding call, but...
Yep. There is no intentional grounding.
That's what I thought, but I guess the fact you're outside the pocket. But Daniel Dodd had him wrapped up.
Yeah, he did. Maybe that's what they said.
Yeah, that he's in the grass and down.
Yeah, they're going to try the field goal here. 34-yarder. And this is going to be number 36. The man we were told would be the kicker, Alex Padgett.
And
he calls a timeout. We'll take it with them.
E-Tex Telephone Cooperative, your hometown community partner, provides service to Upshur and the surrounding areas. The success of the local network over the years has made it possible to bring the most advanced technology to our area. E-Tex now brings the same friendly hometown service to Gilmer. Internet access and long-distance service is now available to everyone in Gilmer. E-Tex looks forward to providing your telecommunications needs. Call our office at 903-797-2711 and ask a friendly customer service representative how E-Tex can serve your telecommunications needs. E-Tex, your local hometown partner, backs the Buckeyes.
And during that timeout that Jasper took, Coach Jeff Traylor asked the head of the officiating crew to come over and talk with him, and he asked him about that, Russ. And he didn't stay there but about 5 seconds, and I'm sure the official said just what you said. Forward progress was stopped. That was the ruling after they huddled up. And you can't fault them for making sure in a game this big that they do get it right.
Well, Moy was definitely trying to get rid of it.
Now they've decided to go for the end zone here. They were lining up for a field goal. Now Moy dropping back to pass, and we've got a flag down as that's going to be tipped away. Incomplete. And we'll see what the flag is. I think it might have been... Well, I'm not even going to guess on this one.
Terrence Lovely knocked the ball away. Excellent play.
I'm not even going to guess on this one. Ineligible man downfield against Jasper, declined by the Buckeyes. They'll take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, Lovely had great coverage.
Well, I didn't know what the call was going to be. It was intended for number 11, DeKendrick Gilder. I felt like it was on Jasper, but I didn't want to jinx the Buckeyes again, Russ. I'm being overly careful about any flags today because I didn't want to jinx them and then it ended up being against the Buckeyes for something downfield. Well, the black flag defense comes up big as they turn the Jasper Bulldogs away. Our score remains 14-0. And remember, Jasper had a 2nd and goal from the Buckeye 2. The black flag defense turns them back. Here's the handoff, and not much doing across right tackle that time, as Jasper had it pretty well stopped up for Skinner when he got the ball. In fact, no gain, maybe the length of the ball. 2nd, and we'll still call it 10. We've got Hollis and Darden and Bowser and JT and Hollis in there. Second and 10. In motion, JT Tennyson faking the handoff. Johnson dropping back, going way downfield for Bowser. and he's got it. 1st and 10 at the Jasper 37. Man, did Tay Bowser just lay himself out to make that catch or what?
That was about a 41-yard gain.
Man.
It really helps to be that tall as a receiver.
Yes, it does. Tay Bowser congratulated by Coach Jeff Traylor and the coaching staff as he goes off on the far sideline. 1st and 10 at the Jasper 37, 9:52 and counting left here in the half. Buckeyes already lead at 14-zip. Manuel gets the snap, quarterback draw, and he'll go to the 40, or 35 rather, that's it, gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Flag.
That's going to be a personal foul against Jasper, I'm betting. Officials seem to be having trouble getting his microphone on.
Flag. Taunting. Defense.
Taunting. You never hardly ever hear taunting in a high school game. How can you taunt somebody when you're down by 14 points and having the ball just crammed down your throat? That makes no sense at all, does it?
It must have been pretty flagrant then.
It must have been.
They should be rather humbled at this point.
Not nearly as humbled as they're going to be here in about 5 more minutes. Or less. Well, honestly, Russ, about everything that could go right for the Buckeyes has gone right for them, and about everything that could go wrong for Jasper has gone wrong for them, mainly because of the Buckeyes performing the way they are. Here's Lovely, and he breaks free out of nowhere, gets inside the 15 to the 14, 2nd down and 3, and Lovely, Russ, should have been stopped about a yard after he got the football, and just tremendous effort keeping those legs churning, refusing to go down.
Yeah, he's really on his game today so far in the times he's carried the ball.
All right, they've moved it, actually spotted it at the 14, so a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Ball is at the Jasper 14 with 8.5 minutes left here in the first half. Buckeyes already up 14-0, threatening to make it more. Here's the pass, and that's going to be into the end zone for Lovely. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Buckeyes, 20-0.
And the route is on.
Yes, sir. You can tell the way that's another thing of the beauty of the vantage point. Oh, great job, Russ. That's another thing of the beauty of the vantage point you have up here. You could tell the way that one was setting up with all the blockers he had, nobody was going to get Terrence Lovely. Cabrera in to attempt the point after. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick, it's good, and our score, the Gilmer Buckeyes 21, the Jasper Bulldogs 0. We'll take another timeout.
Gilmer National Bank proudly invites you to stop by their location at 900 North Wood Street in Gilmer today. You'll love the easy access into and out of the bank on Highway 271. Gilmer National features an international ATM machine that accepts all ATM and credit cards. You can also take advantage of their 24-hour telebank service that allows you to make numerous transactions by phone 24 hours a day. And check out their online internet banking site at www.gnbgilmer.com. Stop by today and you'll say, Gilmer National, that's my bank.
Well, Russ, you know, really, Jasper was down at the Buckeye 2, threatening to make it a 7-point ball game. The black flag defense comes through when realistically you don't expect they'll be able to stop Jasper's offense, get the job done, turn it over, and they just cram it right back down the Bulldogs' throat. 14-point swing. And again, as I said earlier, even though Jasper's shown some capabilities of moving the ball, I just don't think a team that passes as little as they pass has much of a chance to come back from an insurmountable lead.
Big play on that drive was, of course, the 41-yard pass to Bowser. And this offense is just a machine, and they're still on fire. They've been on fire for a month.
Well, again, as we talked about at the beginning in the pregame, I think the Pittsburgh game is what matured this team and turned it into a championship caliber team, because they had to dig as deep as they could to find a way to get a victory. And they showed their pride, their class, their character. And I'm not going to say we wouldn't have been here if we had lost that Pittsburgh game, but I think the fact that they found a way to win against insurmountable odds is really what started this playoff run going the way it's going. Here's Cabrera, and it'll be taken by number 2 at the 16-yard line. That's going to be Jordan Patton, and he doesn't get but to the 27. Another great job of the Buckeyes downfield on kick coverage. 1st and 10, Jasper.
Yeah, getting up from there is lovely, and also Justin Johnson.
Well, I see one thing. When it gets much darker, we're going to have a hard time seeing these names up here. It's nice to have the top over you.
Who would have thought our first 3 TDs tonight would be all on the ground? Or no, that was one pass. That's right.
One, yeah, that was
2 out of 3.
pass.
It looked like a ground game, but it wasn't. Yeah, you're right.
All right. Moy, quarterback draw. He's across the 30, 40. Look out. Mr. Moy runs out of bounds at the 29-yard line of the Buckeyes, so they're not giving up, Russ. They're just going to do their best to get right back in it.
Well, Jeremy Skinner's got some speed, because he probably saved a touchdown. Now, Jake Holiday is faster than I thought he was, because he was down there too.
Well, I was just about to say before that play, the home team announcer announces, so the Jasper announcer is announcing today.
Absolutely,
and he was so confused and so distraught about the Bulldogs being down 21-0. He said 1st and 10 for Gilmer, and then he said, or rather Jasper.
Yeah, I heard him call it our Bulldogs a while ago, so there's no doubt who he's for.
Yep. Here's a pass from Moy going to number 10. He's got some blockers. He's at the 20, down to the 14-yard line. And number 10 is Brian Malone. That's another 1st and 10 for the Jasper Bulldogs.
Jeremy Skinner knocked him out of bounds, and this makes that stand we had a while ago even bigger.
Oh, even more critical.
Because otherwise, we might be on the verge of a tie ball game.
Yes, we could. Well, we've seen it every game in the playoffs, a lot of scoring when you wouldn't have expected it. And it looks like today's going to be no exception. Quarterback draw by Moy, and he is inside the 10 and slung down at the 7-yard line.
Chaz Kuakai made the stop.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
And Jasper's inside the 10, but they've already been there once and come up empty.
They've been inside the 2 once and came up empty, as a matter of fact. Well, Black Flag defense needs to turn it up a notch once again here. They did the job the last time Jasper was down here. They're going to go with 4 wideouts this time. 3 to the left side, 1 to the right. Quarterback draw again by Moy, and he is going to be down at the 3-yard line, and that should be 1st and goal. And it is. And you can definitely tell it is beginning to cool off a little bit, Russ.
Yeah, Moy's got some power running ability there, no question about it. But he's still got to get it in the end zone for him.
Yes, he does.
And that's not a sure thing. This defense for Gilmer may just come up big again here.
Well, you'd love to see it. They've proven certainly they've got the capability to do that throughout this season. Moy, handoff, and that's going to be into the end zone for a touchdown for Jordan Patton. And with 6:52 left in the first half, our score now, the Gilmer Buckeyes 21, the Jasper Bulldogs 6.
That really was what the Jasper crowd, they were just totally demoralized before that little drive there.
Yes, they were.
But you don't want to spot Gilmer 3 touchdowns. The odds are still greatly in Gilmer's favor in this game. Number 36, Ryan Malone, will attempt the point after, and it's blocked. The Buckeyes block it. It's picked up by Malone. He's not going to return it. He tries, but they're going to, man, I can't believe they hadn't blown the whistle. Finally, they do. So our score remains
The Gilmer Buckeyes 21, the Jasper Bulldogs 6. Who got that block, Russ?
I would have to guess Daniel Dodd, but to be honest, I didn't see.
Okay, I didn't either. All right, we'll take a quick timeout.
Mike Craig Ford Mercury is a proud sponsor of Gilmer Buckeye football and all athletics at Gilmer ISD. Mike Craig Ford Mercury is your newest truck and car dealer in East Texas. Come by and see our new facility and all the great deals we have on new and used cars and trucks. Our new service and parts department is outfitted with the latest equipment and inventory to take care of all your automotive needs. Remember, at Mike Craig Ford, our name means a great deal. And don't forget to support the Buckeyes.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if Jasper decides to try to pooch this thing, Russ.
They did the opening kickoff.
They sure did. Looks like I kind of figured they would, that the Stars drill team's going to do that Christmas routine again for us tonight here at halftime. I got to admit, that's one of the prettiest halftime performances they've ever given, and they've always done great performances, but that Christmas theme just kind of gets you in the spirit. Buckeyes hoping for an early Christmas present a week early from Santa tonight. And we don't even have to go to bed early to get it. Derek Bean to kick it away, and this time he squibs it again, and that's going to go out of bounds, and the Buckeyes will let it, so they'll get the ball on the 30. 1st and 10 Buckeyes.
Out of bounds inside the 25.
6:52 left here in the first half of play. Buckeyes lead at 21-6.
I really thought after last week's game they ought to repaint that Superman logo. They ought to repaint the letters CK on it for Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Because the Gilmer total domination made them look like just ordinary mortals.
Absolutely.
Buckeyes will take the ball. 1st and 10. After over 30-yard line.
All the Buckeye receivers, Hector and Darden to this side. And in motion, J.T. Tennyson. Look at the play. Manuel dumps it off to JT, 30, 35, across the 40 to the 41-yard line. That's a first down. I'll tell you what, I had an opportunity to talk to some of the Buckeyes for just a minute, wishing them good luck down on the field prior to that pregame interview. And, Russ, I got to say, they were as relaxed and confident a bunch of young men as I've ever seen in my life. They're playing in the biggest game of their careers, needless to say. Jules Johnson over on the left side, wide out. JT will be slot left. Now Hector and Darden get to play. We're down to 10 seconds, and they will come slot and wide to the right. Manual handoff to Lovely, 45, and down at the 48-yard line, gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
Witherspoon made the tackle. He's probably their best linebacker that I've noticed.
Without a doubt.
Well, Bean's been in there quite a bit, too.
David Sutherland play 2nd and 3.
Well, 5:49 and counting left here in the first half of play, and we've been playing exactly 54 minutes, Russ. Buckeyes with 21 big ones here in the first half of play so far, trying to get back that touchdown that Jasper just got to push the lead back again. Manuel rolls to his left. He's in trouble and buried at the 44-yard line. Loss of 5.
That was that guy with the French, Jalen Clodio.
Well, now they mark it back at the 45.
I'm sure glad the Jasper announcer's here to pronounce that for me before I have to.
Really? Officially, it's going to be 3rd and 6 for the Buckeyes now. And they certainly want to pick up a first down here with the momentum that Jasper got. You don't want to give them the ball back when they're still fired up, and we got motion prior to the snap. Oh, no, we don't. We got timeout Jasper. We'll take it with them.
The Gilmer Mirror at 214 Marshall at the intersection of Highways 154 and 271 in Gilmer wishes the Gilmer Buckeyes the best of luck. The Gilmer Mirror has been bringing Upshur County citizens hometown news since 1877, making it Upshur County's oldest business institution. Be sure to see next Wednesday's edition of the Mirror for photos and a complete game summary of tonight's Gilmer Buckeye game. That's the Gilmer Mirror, proud to be a part of Gilmer and Upshur County. The logo at 118 Davis Street on the west side of the square in Gilmer is your one-stop location for team sports apparel. The logo has T-shirts for all area schools, as well as college and professional teams. And they can customize any shirt or jacket they sell to meet your needs. And if you haven't heard, Bob and Chris Holloway have turned the business over to their daughter Terry and her husband David Ross. So stop by today and check out their complete selection. That's the logo, 118 Davis Street on the west side of the square in Gilmer. They proudly back the Gilmer Buckeyes.
Russ, a big play here as the Buckeyes have a 3rd and 6, and they really would like to get this first down and keep this drive going. Manual quarterback draw, has some blockers, and he slips as he's trying to come through the line. He gets about 4. That'll bring up 4th and 2, and they're going to have to kick it away. He had the hole, but just a shoestring tackle.
I don't know if they have to kick it away or not.
They're going to. Number 10, again, Ryan Malone. Back to receive the punt of Manuel Johnson. Malone will stand at the Jasper 14. 4:16 and counting left here in the first half. Beautiful snap. Great kick again by Manuel. And this one's going to go into the end zone. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Jasper Bulldogs from their own 20.
Jasper stopped us with 1 first down. That's about the best job they've done. They haven't gone 3 and out yet.
No.
And hardly anybody has lately.
That is for sure. 52 yards on the kick.
I can't remember last week ever Gilmer having to go 3 and out.
No, we didn't, as a matter of fact. Well, there's no doubt Snyder was somewhat overrated last week. The Buckeyes made them look a lot worse than they were. But they were certainly no Tatum by any stretch of the imagination. 1st and 10 Snyder from their own 20. 4:07 left in the first half. Jasper, thank you. And Moy attempting a pass downfield, and it's caught at the 34-yard line. Edric Bronson.
Yeah, the pass was underthrown, and that actually allowed number 7 to come back on it. Kuakai had excellent coverage, but he was not. How was he know it would be underthrown?
Yeah,
and number
absolutely.
7 did have his eye on the quarterback.
First down for the Bulldogs at the 34.
Well, they get 14 just like that. 3:51 and counting left here in the first half.
That's the kind of play that can just as easily be intercepted, though.
Yes, it could. Moy rolling to his right. Looking, he's in trouble, and just throws it away. 2nd and 10 at the 34. He showed his athleticism, though, Russ, to prevent himself from being dropped for a huge loss before he got outside the tackle box, which would have, needless to say, been intentional grounding.
This kid is probably only 15, probably hadn't even turned 16 yet.
Yeah, sophomore, absolutely. It's a lot of pressure to put a young man that age into it, quarterback. Of course, it's a lot of pressure to put a couple of freshmen that the Buckeyes are depending on heavily too, but they have performed well. Buckeyes bring a lot of guys up tight. Quarterback draw by Moy, and he gets out of it somehow or another and has a first down and more at the 45.
Yeah, he showed me something on that play.
Well, it looked like he was going to be stopped after about a 2-yard gain. Just great athleticism. This Jasper team is not going to fold. There's no doubt about that.
It's important to keep them out of the end zone before the first half ends, because if they end on that kind of high note, there's no telling what can happen in the second half. Although,
oh, look at this pass. That's a lateral.
I still say this.
That's got to be a lateral.
Well, it'll be marked behind the line if it is.
They say no. That had to be a lateral. It landed behind the 40-yard line. How can that not be a lateral? Because the quarterback was standing inside the 40 toward the 41 and threw it back at the 39. Well, it's not going to be ruled that way, so we'll just have to say 2nd and 10. That's about a 6-yard difference. I think the officials just weren't watching that one closely enough. Quarterback draw again by Moy, and this time he's dropped after a gain of about a half yard.
Yeah, I believe that's Mario Venters that was all over him. Yep.
3rd and almost 10 still. We're down to 3:09 and counting left in the half. Buckeyes, Russ, still have all 3 of their timeouts left, and Jasper has but 1, if that should become a factor here.
This is a pretty big play. Jasper,
yes, it is.
Jasper can be stopped here. Their momentum is really over.
Sure want to stop them here because, remember, Jasper gets the ball to start the 3rd quarter of play. Here's the snap to Moy. Wants to dump it real quick. Can't find anybody to dump it to, and just throws it intended at the 40-yard line of the Buckeyes for number 13, Jeremy Horton, who is the punter. It falls incomplete, and Horton will now come in to punt.
Curtis Brown in there on coverage, but Moy had a lot of time that time because he escaped the pocket, but it just showed what good coverage there must have been downfield.
You know who he reminds me of getting out of the pocket? Besides Manuel Johnson. He looks somewhat like Donovan McNabb of the Philadelphia Eagles with his ability to escape a rush when it looks like for certain he's going to be sacked. He's got some good foot speed. All right, Horton will kick it away to Manuel Johnson. Manuel will stand at the Buckeye 19. Jordan Patton will be the short man to block. And they're just going to kick away from Manuel. And this thing is going to go and go and go and go and be down at about the 8-yard line. 1st and 10 Buckeyes from their own 8 with 2.5 minutes left here in the first half. The important thing now for the Gilmer Buckeyes, Russ, is to try to get a first down or 2 so they don't have to punt from deep in their own end of the field and give Jasper the ball with any time left.
The good thing is for Jasper's only got 1 timeout
Yeah,
remaining.
that's what I said a moment ago, that they've already used 2.
47-yard punt with no return.
Manuel Johnson gets the play. It'll be Jeremy Skinner in the backfield to block for him now. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. 1st and 10 from the 8. Manuel dropping back to pass. He wants to go for it. Has his man Bowser caught. Oh, incomplete. He had it for a moment. That was just great defensive coverage. Did you see the defender literally grab both of Tay's arms and pull them back after the ball had hit there? Great defensive play.
Weatherspoon and Adams have been mentioned on that play. Weatherspoon has really been playing a good game.
He has. 2nd and 10 with 2:24 left. Ball at the Buckeye 8. They've got to get to the 18 for the first down. Manuel dropping back to pass. Has a receiver. Darden, he caught it somehow with one hand, pulled it into his right shoulder pad and got the ball to the 30. That was an absolutely miraculous catch and concentration by Willie Darden.
And he's still just a junior, so
yes,
he's coming back.
Well, that at least will prevent Jasper from getting the ball in any kind of decent field position should the Buckeyes have to punt. But they want to get a score here, Russ. They want to take all momentum away from Jasper before the half. Looking, throws the pass. Incomplete at the 37 for JT. Bounced off his shoulder pads. 2nd down and 10. Exactly 2 minutes left. So I guess we can officially say since that pass ended up stopping the clock, we've got the 2-minute warning, Russ.
I don't think we ever said either teams, or either the Gilmer offense or Jasper defense.
Yeah, we did.
We did?
Yeah, we did.
I sure don't remember. I'm in a blackout. I don't remember setting the defense at all. That's okay, though.
Maybe you didn't. Hand off Lovely. Going outside. He's got some room. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Still on his feet. 25, 20. And knocked out at the 17-yard line. 1st and goal, Buckeyes. What a run by Terrence Lovely.
Started at the 30.
Yes.
So that's about a 53-yard gain. And
Absolutely.
Jasper, I will say, will be out of this game if we score. They will be out of this game.
Yeah, I would agree.
This is the knockout blow coming up.
Yep, I agree. First and 10 for the Buckeyes from the Jasper 17. 1:47 still left. Manuel gets the play, gives it to his offensive lineman. He's got 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, so you know this is probably going to be a pass, and it is incomplete, intended for Curtis Jordan at the 4-yard line, 2nd and 10. Or excuse me, yes. Try that again, Curtis Brown. I said Curtis Jordan. Trying to combine Corey and Curtis into one player. 2nd and 10. Stops the clock with 1:43 left in the half. Buckeyes up 21-6, trying to stretch it out to more. Manuel walking across the line, giving the play to his line. He's got triplets to the right side. He'll go with the handoff. No, he fakes it and keeps it himself, and he's going to be dragged out of bounds at the 17, so no gain, 3rd and 10. I think they were hoping, Russ, that Jasper would bite with 3 receivers to the right side, thinking it was going to be a pass to the right side, and they could scurry over with Manuel to the left side.
Douglas Spikes made that tackle. I know I didn't set the defense because he's a freshman, and I would have remembered that. 6 foot, 196-pound freshman.
How did we not get that set?
We just didn't ever give the Jasper defense.
Okay, we'll get it done before the 3rd quarter then. Big play for the Buckeyes, 3rd and 10. Jasper's probably going to send everybody this time. Buckeyes pick it up well. Manuel looking, has a man open, and it's taught for a touchdown for the Buckeyes, and that is Willie Darden, and that makes it 27-6 in favor of the Buckeyes.
Fat Lady can begin to warm up, in my opinion.
Nobody even covered Willie. Yep. He was wide open, and just a beautiful pass. A great job by the Buckeyes of picking up the rush by the Jasper
there's
defense.
Somebody covering him, but he was way
off.
Well,
he broke free. Yeah, you're right.
Looks like number 6 was trying to cover him.
That's the big word, trying. All right, here's the kick, and it's good. And with 1:32 left in the first half of play, our score, your Gilmer Buckeyes 28, the Jasper Bulldogs 6. We'll take another timeout.
UTEX Telephone Cooperative, your local hometown community partner, is providing service to Upshur and the surrounding areas. The success of the local network over the years has made it possible to bring the most advanced technology to our area. ETEX now brings the same friendly hometown service to Gilmer. Internet access and long-distance service is now available to everyone in Gilmer. ETEX looks forward to providing your telecommunications needs. Call our office at 903-797-2711 and ask a friendly customer service representative how ETEX can serve your telecommunications needs. ETEX, your local hometown partner, backs the Buckeyes.
Well, I think, Russ, it's going to be just like last year. We said whoever got out of Region 2 in Division 2, that was the state championship game, and that's pretty much the way it's stacked up this year. The Buckeyes and Tatum Eagles basically fought for the state championship.
Let me say this before I forget. There's going to be a parade Monday night at 6 p.m. beginning at the corner of Madison and Titus. And it looks like it's going to be a victory parade at this point.
Yes.
And they're going to proceed up to the fountain on the square.
Well, you're going to have to do it for me. And Buckeyes, I apologize.
Oh, there'll be a lot of people there without you, believe me.
I know. I've got to drive to Dallas Monday morning, fly to San Antonio to spend a little time on Tuesday with a couple of my reps, and so I'll have to miss it. And Lord knows I hate to, but there's not a thing I can do. The paycheck's got to come first after tonight. Here's the kick, taken at the 16-yard line by number 11. That's going to be DeKendrick Gilder. He's still on his feet, still breaking free, and finally he'll be buried at the 35-yard line. And that, folks, was not poor kick coverage. That was just great athleticism, shifting, never stopping by Gilder.
Yeah, but he finally came up against someone he couldn't juke out of position, and that was J.T. Tennyson, number 4.
Ball spotted at the 35, 1:20 left here till halftime. You know Jasper, Russ, really feels like they've got to get a score here before the half probably to have any remote chance, knowing that if they could score, they get the ball to start the third quarter.
I don't see
it happening. That's what I was going to say. I just don't see the Buckeyes doing that. Moy rolling to his left this time. Looking. He's got some blockers and breaks free. And after saying that, Moy is off to the races again, and he may have a shot. He's gone.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Stopped at the 3-yard line.
Tay Bowser got him, but it is down to the 2. 3.
Man, his athleticism, though, Russ, just comes through.
That was a Stephen Hodge-like run.
Yes, it was.
And that was about a gain of 62 yards.
Well, he wanted to pass the football.
Yeah.
The receivers were all covered.
I would have been happy for him to pass.
Yeah, the receivers were all covered. He was forced to run, and somehow or another, I don't know how he got out of it at the 40-yard line. Once he turned that corner, he had the blockers. Just much like Tatum, Russ, Jasper just refuses to fold up and go home, though. They're not going to go away.
Well, our offense is just so explosive, though.
Oh, I agree.
You cannot spot us 3 touchdowns like they did.
No, I agree. I firmly believe the Buckeyes will win this game. I'm just saying Jasper will never give up. And here is the handoff to Patton, I believe, and the new quarterback in was
number 2.
Jordan Patton.
Daniel Dye's not giving up either. He smacked him down. And that clock's really beginning to roll.
Yeah, they've only got one timeout left, and they don't want to use it yet.
They better do something. We'll just let it run out if they don't.
Buckeyes trying to make sure they get in position. And here's a toss, and Patton is in, untouched. Edric Bronson. And with 16 seconds left in the half, our score of the Gilmer Buckeyes 28, the Jasper Bulldogs 12, and they've got to go for 2 here.
You're talking about whether it's a lateral or a pass? That looked to me like it could have been a forward pass.
Yeah, I think it may have been.
So that might count as a touchdown pass. It was awfully close.
Yeah, it was.
Looked like a shovel pass almost. But it was probably going to be called a lateral just because it was so close.
Well, just like the Buckeyes had happened last week against Snyder, give up a score right before the half, but and here they go for 2.
That's another pass.
And that's going to be
That's a pass also, I think.
And
I think both those were passes.
Yes, they were. And our score now with 16 seconds left in the half, the Gilmer Buckeyes 28, the Jasper Bulldogs 14. And again, folks, remember, Jasper gets the ball to start the third quarter.
That really makes our touchdown before that look really big, though.
Much more important. You're not kidding.
The pass to Willie Darden down here.
Yes.
As long as we can stay 2 to 3 touchdowns ahead, I'm not really worried.
At this point, I'd be happy to trade touchdowns with them. Don't go away. This is going to definitely be a very interesting second half of play. And, of course, remember, folks, since the Gilmer Buckeyes are the visiting team tonight, the Buckeye Band will have their performance here at halftime first. So we will go almost immediately after the second quarter here into halftime. And I think what do you think? We probably ought to change tapes, shouldn't we? We better to make sure.
We always want to change tapes now if there's any doubt at all. But, Gilmer, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, we've never been behind in the playoffs.
No.
That I know of.
I cannot recall.
That is just a beautiful way to play a game, to always be ahead.
Yep.
Where the other team is the one on their heels trying to come back.
Absolutely. In fact, the only 2 times we were behind all year long was early in that Paris game when we fell 3-0, and then in the Pittsburgh game. This team has not had to come from behind very often. And the question is, will Derek Bean try an onside kick here? You wouldn't think with 16 seconds he would, and they're not positioning themselves as if they're going to, but the Buckeyes are going to be prepared just in case. Nope, he kicks it deep. It'll be taken at the 16-yard line, and down to a knee goes Jeremy Skinner.